Thank you so much. Thank you, David, for the music, and Suzanne for the beautiful meditation. We choose each of these things, and the ability of will is the power we use to actually make the choice. It is often called the executive power of the mind. It moves all the other powers or abilities into action, for that is our fifth unity principle. It's not enough to know these truths in our heart or in our minds, but to live them out loud into action. I affirm, and I invite you right now to close your eyes and accept these words that I speak as your own. Just settle in your seat for a moment and close your eyes. I claim my power of will now. I choose, decide, and lease based upon divine ideas. I know I am not alone in this. Each time I turn within and seek my inner wisdom, I trust the guidance that comes to me through me. I am the only person in my world who can ignite my ability of will. I will not allow my divine inspired thoughts, my gift of imagination and creativity to lie dormant within me. I ignite my ability of will to give life, give passion, give movement to these ideas. I allow them to bless my life and the lives of those around me. And take a breath and open your eyes. We all want more peace in the world. So what might we do? You might pray for peace. That's a worthwhile endeavor for our world, to pray for peace. And to see more peace in the world, to experience more peace, you must bring the peace into the world as you. You must bring the peace into the world as you. You enter your day being peace, absolutely being peace, being as peace-centered and peace-grounded as humanly possible, and remaining in that space regardless of what is happening around you or within you. You want more love in the world. We all do. More harmony. You pray for love and harmony. That is most excellent. To experience more love and harmony, it is up to you to be it first. Be the essence of love and harmony. You answer the prayer by being your highest, most loving self. You answer the prayer. Each thought, each feeling, every word expressing love and desiring only harmony. For we, you and I, are the hands, the feet, the heart of God. Spirit, the universe, all that is, divine love. God can do nothing except what God can do through us. We are the expression of the divine in the physical form, in the physical realm. We are the answer to every prayer, each one of us. God through us, God as us. We draw upon our inner wisdom, strength, and will to do that which is ours to do. And only we know what that is. The ability of will pulls and draws into action each of our other 11 powers so that we can do the work that we are here to do. They work in harmony, all of our divine attributes. They complement and support one another. It's all an intellectual or even heartfelt understanding of the powers. They are dormant until the ability of will moves forward in an outward expression of the divine. Charles Fillmore also said, "The truth you know is the truth you use. Otherwise, it is only theory and has no power to change your life." I'll repeat that. The truth you know is the truth you use. Otherwise, it is only theory and has no power to change your life. Using the truth is accomplished by enlisting the ability of will, moving the truth forward, expressing the truth as you. This book, Power versus Force by David Hawkins, is one that I've heard about for years and I am now reading. And while holding the space for this talk today, I found this quote: "True power emanates from consciousness itself. What we see is a visible manifestation of the invisible." I'll say that again. True power emanates from consciousness itself. What we see is a visible manifestation of the invisible. That is what the power of will does for us. It moves all of the attributes, the faculties, the aspects of the divine into our manifest world, into the physical world, making them visible. So let's look at the statements I made earlier about praying for peace and praying for love. I stated that you are the peace. You are the love. Yes, we can create kindness rocks and gift them to our island. Yes, we can place peace flags in our garden, and they are lovely, aren't they? We can create peace sign sand sculptures, and we know that they bless others. And we are each here to do so much more than that. What might that look like when you personally, engage your power of will to reveal the peace and the love of your being in the manifest realm, physically here on earth? Something that can be observed, the visible manifestation of the invisible. What might that look like when you engage your power of will? You might place peace flags in your yard. You might create a space of sanctuary in your home or outside where you add to the peace of the world through your prayers and your peace-filled energy, a space for meditation, inner work. And as we are all one, that adds and uplifts peace and love in our world. You might make the commitment to refrain from negative thinking and put it into practice. One of the ways that you can put that into practice is by refusing to go down the rabbit hole when one of your friends starts awfulizing. Isn't it terrible? Isn't it awful? Did you see the news? The world is going to hell in a handbasket. You might listen to your friend, give them space to vent. But you, by intention, you choose not to join in, not to add more negative to the negative. You are choosing to stand in the space of peace and love. The same and more goes for gossiping. Your friend begins to gossip. I know it can be seductive and something that maybe the two of you do together. It can become a truly bad habit, but not this time. This time you choose to simply listen. And if you feel so moved, you might insert a positive statement here or there, like, well, I remember when I did something like that, or we all fail to be our best self at times. When you refuse to join in, you might even make a positive statement, maybe say, I don't really feel good about gossiping. Your friend will take the hint. Your refusal to join in and to instead be a space of peace and love will bless them also. They might also choose to refrain from the habit of gossiping, for it is a habit. More than that, you meditate, you invest time in the silence, you set the intention, you use your tools to access your higher state of consciousness, perhaps affirming that the universe loves, adores, and supports you. You speak words of gratitude, even in your own mind. You practice forgiveness. Your mind and your heart are now centered. You are aligned with God, with Christ consciousness, with all that is. And you feel strong and self-confident in this grounding. You remember to invite your divine wisdom to guide you. You speak gently to your ego, letting it know you are now in charge. Remember, ego can sometimes mean edging God out. So here is an example that we can each identify with. You head to the grocery store. You stop while shoppers are in the crosswalk. You're creating a safe space for them to move to and from the parking lot. You smile. You exercise patience. You notice if your thoughts begin to make harsh judgments about people, and you remind yourself, I am them, they are me, we are all one. Whatever mantra helps you to remain neutral rather than moving into the negative, something that helps you move towards acceptance and love. Now, while you're in the store, you notice a mom shopping with a couple of children. The smallest one is in the cart and crying. The older one is being disruptive, trying to get mom's attention. Mom looks harried and like she could use some sleep. Well, you might choose to go down another aisle and avoid the commotion altogether, depending on where your mindset is at the time or how strong or confident you feel in your space of peace and love. And that might be the best way for you to move forward in that moment to escape judgment. Only you can choose. Or you might, as you pass by the cart, smile, look into the eyes of the small one and speak kindly. And as you continue walking while you pass by the older one, you might comment on their shoes or their shirt, perhaps something like, look at you, such a big boy. Are you helping mommy today? I sometimes comment on something to distract them. Like I'll say, I like your shoes. Do you think they would fit me? Do they come in my size? That makes them smile or it befuddles them. Either way, they are no longer being disruptive, just for a moment. That simple activity of speaking to the child might settle them down for a moment and give mom a break. Perhaps you have lifted mom's spirits by letting her know you are not bothered by her children, their noise, or activity. You don't hover long, leaving the family to go about their business, but mom may feel more strength from your acceptance and acknowledgement of her children. You brought peace to that scenario, even if only for a few moments. You go around the corner and you observe someone trying to reach something from the top shelf. Now, I'm tall, so I notice that all the time. You ask if you can help them. If you're not tall, maybe you find someone else who is, and together you're able to help the shopper. It's a small thing to you. It may be the most attention that person has received in days. Maybe they live alone. Perhaps they only get out once a week to shop and they feel absolutely invisible, but not to you, not this day. Perhaps your offer of assistance or a smile is not met with great reception or grace. That's okay also. Someone's response to you has more to do with what's going on in them and in their world than with you at all. This does not dissuade you from being a center of peace and love. You continue on. Someone's knocked an item off the shelf, you pick it up. You give way to others with their shopping carts. You say, excuse me, when cutting between a person and the shelf they're looking at. You might pick up a couple of non-perishable food items for the Bahama Village Food Bank. You see flowers on sale and you pick up a bouquet for your housebound friend or neighbor, just because. You're placing yourself in the flow of the law of circulation, of giving and receiving, of the good of the universe. You make brief eye contact and smile to those around you. You compliment someone. Women do this all the time. I love your shoes, your top, your necklace. You notice the name tag of your cashier as you check out, and you talk to them kindly using their name. The same goes for the person who might be bagging your groceries. You bring a smile to their face. You maintain that energy of peace, love, and acceptance with you the entire time. You are driving to the store, you're parking, you're shopping, you're checking out, and you're driving home. Your ability of will has moved your other powers into action. You have shown love and compassion, understanding, acceptance, and inclusion in all of your actions during your simple trip to the store. Moved by your invisible beliefs into the manifest world through you. One very simple example of being peace and love in your world. Just by envisioning the simple scenario I've given you, imagine how you feel now. Do you feel worn out by your trip to the store, or do you feel uplifted and loved and part of love, part of oneness, because you've blessed others with your presence? And with these steps, more follow. Maybe you make peace with a family member or a friend who's been estranged, being the first to offer that olive branch. Maybe absolutely refusing to take offense or read into a conversation, email, or text. We all get our buttons pushed, but they are our buttons after all. Maybe practicing random acts of kindness, because that is so much fun. Mowing your neighbor's yard, bringing in the trash can or recycling bin for them, sending cards of encouragement, calling someone you haven't talked to in a while. The list is endless. The opportunities to be peace and love in our world are endless. They are there to be discovered and engaged, acted upon by us, through us. You are the face of God, the hands, the feet, the heart of God. You are the presence of peace and love in your world. And that's the world that we are building. That's the world in which we all want to live, to move, and to have our being. And it begins with you, and it begins with me. And so it is. Amen.